And the end goal for Soapwater Productions to end up here in a movie theater.
Shh.
Sorry. Where they can kick back, relax, and watch their film, what they created, on the big screen.
Collin Speicher is live at the State House with details on how tax dollars are being spent.
Yeah, good afternoon, Sydney and Peter. Earlier this afternoon, the House of Representatives met inside the State House to approve the new budget after the third procedural vote with a vote of 112 to 6. Now, the new $9 billion budget is considered to be conservative due to the lack of revenue because of COVID-19. But despite that, there is over $3.3 billion going towards education. With an NCAA championship ring, 7 of the last 8 SEC tournament championships, winning the most recent Coach of the Year, as well as being the U.S. Olympic head coach, Dawn Staley has plenty on her resume. But there's a growing population believing that she deserves more. And support is ramping up for a bipartisan bill that would require the Department of Veterans Affairs to provide service dogs to vets with PTSD. Representative Steve Stivers first introduced the bill in the House in 2019.
Thank you. With opening day right around the corner, the coronavirus still lingers around, looking to strike out more immune systems. To rob their home run, Founders Park won't be at full capacity this year, but you may make some friends in the stands. Hey guys, I'm right here.
The city applied for the money after the 2015 flood, and it has just now been approved. And that could take around a year before they finalize plans, but it is a priority and will be done as soon as possible. And Mayor, I know you know this, I make a pretty good cook myself.
I'm not gonna lie, Spike, I can get pretty spicy in the kitchen myself, but maybe we'll be one of the celebrity guest stars on her show. But for now, I think maybe we should stick to Carolina news.
I think we should stick to that. The South Carolina House of Representatives is prioritizing education in the new budget that is on its way to the Senate. Allocating over $3.3 billion, education hasn't seen this kind of money in generations. Member of the Palmetto State Teachers Association, Patrick Kelly, appreciates the money, but doesn't think it's enough.
And as excited as I am about some of the investments in that budget, I still don't think it goes far enough. Now, I think within the confines of limited projected revenue growth, it does a lot for education. But we are facing a growing teaching shortage crisis in South Carolina.
The money allocated to education includes $5.5 million to find a full-time nurse in every school, $10 million to expand 4K education, $15 million to grow public charter schools, and $48 million for new instruction materials like textbooks. With a teacher crisis and in-person classes beginning again, there is still work to do.
So this is really not the end of the process, it's really just the start.
Soapwater Productions is a film production company created by 3 U of SC students, John, Fenn, and Max. It all started when they talked about movies and McBride as resident mentors. Soon, they all began working together. Everything from screenwriting to composing music to directing the whole film. The 3 friends do it on their own. When they would submit their short films to the Campus Movie Fest, they began winning awards. The 3 friends needed a name.
I said Soapy Water Productions, and then it kind of just came to be where we said Soap Water, and then we put it together as like Soap Water, so it wasn't 2 words. And then we just thought, that sounds like they do business. Like that sounds pretty fancy.
But COVID-19 has halted the growth of Soapwater Productions. With limits on possible locations to film, the group began recording everything they film in-house. With some aspects of this being beneficial, they had to plan ahead and make sure everyone feels safe and comfortable.
A lot of disinfecting wipes, all that good stuff, sanitizer, but yeah, a lot of cleanup and planning ahead of time, a lot of extra planning. You gotta have backup plans, plan B, C, all that good stuff. Be ready for people to not be able to show up.
Despite the boundaries on growing their brand and building up their resume reels, they continue to make it work. With the combined passion for movies and the freedom for creativity, they make strides towards why they started a film production company in the first place. And the end goal for Soapwater Productions to end up here in a movie theater.
Shh.
Sorry. Where they can kick back, relax, and watch their film, what they created, on the big screen.
I think we're all kind of thinking about doing the same stuff. We want to do this for a career. Like, we want to one day have movies in a theater.
John, Fenn, and Max have already collected 6 awards, and with the National Movie Fest coming up in April, Soapwater Productions is looking for more hardware to add to their resume. For Carolina News, I'm Collin Speicher. South Carolina baseball got through 16 games last season before being canceled due to COVID-19. Almost a year later, Founders Park and the team are ready for a much-anticipated beginning to the 2021 season.
Yeah, we're very excited. Very excited to get this thing started. Last year, as you mentioned, it just ended just overnight, it felt like.
Thank you. With opening day right around the corner, the coronavirus still lingers around, looking to strike out more immune systems. To rob their home run, Founders Park won't be at full capacity this year, but you may make some friends in the stands. Hey guys, I'm right here.
To follow SEC rules for the upcoming season, Founders Park is only selling 2,100 tickets, 250 allotted to students. To keep social distancing in play, the marketing team is selling them in pods like Williams-Brice in the fall. Assistant Director of Marketing Joe O'Clair is planning how Founders Park will fill up this season.
Finding how to best lay out the pods of 2 and pods of 4 that are 6 feet apart, and then that dictates how many can be sold.
With Founders Park being limited to just 25% capacity, the Gamecocks found another way to fill the stands. Splitting the stadium into 6 sections, fans can purchase cutouts like this into seats like these. Though it's not just the team and fans ready for the season.
It's been a long wait, so we're ready to go. Phil's ready, team's ready, we're ready. Everybody's ready to go.
For Carolina News,
You guys want some popcorn? No, you sure? All right, more for me.
I'm Collin Speicher. Welcome back to Carolina News. I'm Collin Speicher, breaking down the best sports news around the country. Let's kick it off with the Gamecocks. Gamecocks softball game was postponed yesterday after Charlotte had a positive COVID-19 test. They will be back on the diamond this weekend for a 3-game series against UCF. And Gamecock baseball couldn't rally last night, lost to Davidson Wildcats 4-9. They will head to Nashville for a huge SEC matchup against the Commodores. Currently, the Gamecocks are on a 4-game skid. Now, in my opinion, it is one of the most exciting days of the year. The first 4 is on later this evening, meaning March Madness is finally underway. The first 4 matchups include Wichita State versus Drake, the Spartans taking on the Bruins, Texas Southern against Mount St. Mary's, and App State versus Norfolk State. And here's a cool fact for you. The national champion usually meets these 4 statistics. They're better than 37% from deep, better than 70% from the charity stripe. They hold opponents to under 71 points a game, and they don't turn the ball over more than 14 times, 95% of the time. That is right. And the only number 1 seed to check off all 4, the Michigan Wolverines. And lastly, we move to the NBA. The Bucks and Sixers clashed off last night in Philly. After the Sixers blew a 19-point lead, they finished the game on a 9-2 run with 2 clutch threes. That one from Danny Green, this one from Furkan Korkmaz to send the game to overtime, tied at 93. But Giannis Antetokounmpo took over against the Embiidless Sixers. He scored 10 of his 32 in OT, and the Bucks go on to win 109-105. The Mavericks took down the Clippers 105-89 in Dallas thanks to an MVP performance from Luka. Luka Magic put up 42 points alongside 9 assists and 6 rebounds. He may be moving up the standings in the MVP race, especially with this injury that Steph Curry suffered last night. He suffered a tailbone contusion and exited the game. There is no timeline for his recovery yet, but any sideline time could affect his MVP race. And making a good case is the Beard, James Harden. He finished with 40, 15, and 10 in Indy last night, now averaging 25.5 points a game and a league-high 11 assists. Harden is leading the Nets in the Eastern Conference. And guys, the Nets are looking scary with Harden being able to play the way he is with Kyrie and KD out. Who do you guys have coming out of the East?